American teenagers Kate and Maggie Fox claimed that they were receiving messages from the dead with rap, rap, rap. Their belief that the human personality continues to exist after death and has the power to communicate led to the birth of a new religion, spiritualism. The humble cottage where spiritualism began was in Hydesville, a rural district of New York State.
One night, the family all went to bed early and these strange sounds began. And one of the children, Kate Fox, who was about 11 years old, said to the sounds, started to talk to these sounds and said, "Now do this just as I do." And she snapped her fingers, and the sounds imitated the sounds that the child made. And the story that the sounds told was that it was the spirit of a murdered peddler and it had been buried in the basement.
As word of the rappings spread through the community, the girls were called upon to repeat their performance to ever-increasing audiences and ever-increasing scrutiny. It was decided that Kate and Maggie were either marvelous hoaxers or they were communicating with the spirit world.
EVP is the process by which the dead, through sound and image, communicate with the living through the static and white noise of modern electronic devices.
I lost my daughter on December 23rd, 2001, and 5 months later, my niece picked her voice off her computer.
EVP is a communication with another level of reality, another level of intelligence.
Who's there?
EVP.
The next great breakthrough in the quest to find an objective means of proving contact with the dead came in the 1950s. It did happen outside the séance, but it happened by accident.
Friedrich Jürgensen, who was a documentary filmmaker, was making film on birdsong, and to his annoyance he found that his tapes were interrupted by very faint voices. So he thought he was picking up stray radio transmissions, but when he listened very carefully to the voices, he found that his own name was being mentioned. Some of his work then was subjected to scientific test, and really it was found that there seemed to be something going on here which could not readily be explained by stray radio transmissions, because these could be screened out by scientific means.
The appearance of mysterious voices on tape became known as electronic voice phenomena, or EVP. Hundreds of people are now working in this field, attracted to it not because they're spiritualists, but because they've been convinced by the evidence. Unlike contact made through mediums, this electronic method of trying to record the voices of the dead outside the séance seems to lend itself to scientific scrutiny.
Over the last particularly 2 decades, but going back even further than that, we're looking at hard science, we're looking at hard evidence, we're looking at results which have been produced under conditions which rule out the 2 main arguments against the reality of these phenomena. One argument is that it's stray radio transmissions, you're simply picking these up and you're misinterpreting them. The other one is fraud.
What happened?